Cole. How are you feeling this afternoon, Cheryl?
I'm still half asleep, but I'm alright.
Did you go out partying last night?
No, I didn't actually. I wish I had did something a bit more exciting like that.
Really?
Maybe it would have justified the not sleeping very well.
Maybe.
But
Yeah,
I'm just not sleeping very well at the moment, you know. No.
You know what they say, if you're in bed and you can't sleep after 20 minutes, get out of bed, do something else. Maybe like tidy the kitchen or something, then go back to bed, you'll fall asleep.
Yeah, well, I heard that, but it never works for me. I normally get up and put my legs up the wall, they say.
Up the wall?
Apparently. If you lie on your back and you put your legs up the wall, it makes your blood rush different or something. Anyway, it's a load of rubbish, don't bother.
Weird.
It doesn't work.
Weirdo. Right, okay, let's crack on.
Okay.
Now, what is it like being the nation's sweetheart at the moment?
I don't know how you answer that question.
It's quite amazing, isn't it? Because, you know, obviously we all knew who you were from Girls Aloud, and suddenly you get on the X Factor, and you're on the front of every single magazine. You seem to be in the newspapers every day. It's amazing.
Yeah. I don't read any of that, you know.
No.
I think it could do your head in. Yeah, but also as well, you've got to remember, it hasn't always been that nice for me, you know.
No, it hasn't.
I've had some rubbish as well. So,
I know.
So.
I think that
it's nice to be liked for a change.
It is. Well, I think you've always been liked. And I think obviously that interview with Jonathan Ross, I think that endeared you to the public more as well. Like, it can't be easy having your dirty laundry aired in public. It must be very, very hard. But we won't go on to that. Listen,
no.
You're here to talk about your new single and your new music. What's
yeah,
it like
happy
recording?
Things.
What's it like recording without the girls?
I found it very strange in one sense, and really challenging and exciting, and like a new kick up the bum in another sense. So bittersweet, really.
Was this always the plan for you to do something solo?
Well, it came about actually from the Passions programme. I don't know if you've seen it, but we all embarked on our own individual passions other than Girls Aloud. So we all did separate things, and mine was to do street dancing, which I ended up being in the video with will.i.am for Heartbreaker.
You were very nervous about that, weren't you?
Yeah, terrified. And that was something I'd never done before, but I'd always wanted to do. I'd always loved admired watching street dancers and stuff. But from that, I struck up a relationship with Will. And he's on the same label as us when he comes to England. So he kept on, you know, I'd like to do some stuff with Cheryl, and we wrote some stuff, and then Girls Aloud were taking a year off, and the record label were like, well, you know, you can make your own record if you'd like. So it was either stick to just doing the X Factor for the next year, or do what I love, which is the music, and do this record. So it all was quite organic, I suppose.
It really is a great song, Fight for This Love. It's out on the 19th of October. How long did it take you to record the album?
Well, I started writing some stuff in January, and then I can only describe, I had like a bit of a jumbo sale with the rest of the album, where I would literally hear songs and think, oh no, that's really not me, or that's really terrible, or hear songs and think, my God, that's so me, I found a gem. And you know, sometimes people say to you, is there a song on the radio at the moment that you wish you'd have written, or you wish you could sing? And there always is, but this time I was able to.
Yeah, it's great.
It's fantastic. It's been about 6 months.
Wow, and of course it's been released a week after Alexandra's single.
Yes.
What happens if she gets the number one and you
She's
get to
me
number
girl,
two?
isn't she?
You don't mind? You wouldn't mind that?
Nah, not at all. And it doesn't matter who you go up against, you know, it's going to be that whole thing. It's only the fact that me and her have this really unique relationship, I suppose. But I wanted to be number one, so...
When you joined the X Factor, everyone was wondering what you would be like as a judge. Alicia Dixon is getting a tough time at the moment.
Yeah.
I know that you climb Mount Kilimanjaro with her.
I did.
Any advice for Alicia at the moment?
I don't need to give Alicia any advice, honestly. She's a really strong woman. I can't tell you how hard it was to climb that mountain. I promise you it was one of the hardest things I've ever done mentally and physically. If she can do that, she can get through this. And I haven't seen the programme, but I think she's well qualified, and I wish her the best of luck. I hope it all backs off.
I think she says it's a storm in the teacup, which I think it definitely is. And of course, other news as well. Keisha leaving the Sugar Babes. Can a band survive when a member leaves? I mean, if one of the girls of Girls Aloud left, whether it be you or Nadine or whoever, would the Girls Aloud legacy go on, do you think?
Well, I would hope that wouldn't have to happen, but Sugar Babes have proved that it's able, I suppose. They've had 2 lineups and both have been incredibly successful. I think if you've got the formula there...
It's ever evolving, isn't it, with them?
It's different for Girls Aloud, though, because we're like, you know, even how we got together, everything's different for us. So I don't know if it would work, you know, for us.
Another thing is, you're such a style icon at the moment. Have you still got your cherry red hair?
No, I haven't, actually.
Haven't? Right.
I didn't have that for long, but I wouldn't mind having it. I might do it again.
I think you should, because I guess it must be hard being in the bubble of Cheryl Cole, but outside the bubble, all girls are getting their hair cherry red. And did you hear about the sales of red hair dye in Asda going up like 40% after your photo was published?
I did. I just did an interview the other day and I heard about that. I mean, that's pretty amazing, but look, I don't put myself out there as a style icon. I don't go out there and say I am the latest style icon, or I want to be in the fashion world. And I love the fact that people enjoy what I wear, or they're inspired by what I do in my hair, or whatever it is, but I don't ask for that.
Good luck with the single on the 19th of October. Fight for This Love. It's a great record. We're going to play it for you in a moment.
Thank you very much.
102.4 Wish FM.
girlsaloudmedia.com